And this point, my lord, of saying the allegation of whether they were intruders or not intruders was discussed because the two members, my recollection, were in that meeting when the brigadier was there and myself. It was made loud and clear that their view is that there were no intruders. And at that time, as I've said, that was the first time I actually saw at a glance, at a distance, the docket 3751 of 2019, not perusing it, but I saw it because then reference was made to it to say, no, there's a defeating docket, there were no intruders, and obviously there were a clash of protocols as the brigadier felt, he's the senior person, and I don't want to get to that, but that concept, my lord, that allegation was raised, and then after the two members left, then the brigadier, based on the docket, and we presented on what is contained in the docket, and then the way forward of investigating, and then we left, my lord, with that mandate of doing investigation and copying and keeping the communication channels open as and when the investigation was carrying on.
Athi lapho ke kungaso lesikhathi kade bebonkana bona ke bezesiphoyisa lapho ke ngaphambi ukuthi amaphoyisa lawa amabili ke ahambe khona ke noma ngaphambi ukuthi bona ke yena ke futhi nombrigadier bakathe ke isinqumo sokuthi abahlale phansi ke baqhubeka nomhlangano wabo ke ngesikhathi kade bengaboni ngasonye kade bekhuluma ukuthi mhlawumbe abantu laba ngabe mhlawumbe igebengu igilamkhuba ezazingenela ngaphakathi kulela khaya leliyana bese zadala ke lobugebengu ezabudala noma kade kusenzekani khona lapho ke besathi ngemuva kwalokho ke ebrigadier Perumani futhi naye ufakazi kulabo thatha khona ke isinqumo sokuthi abahlale phansi ke bese bapresent emalana nodaba abanalo noma malana nolwazi abakade banalo futhi bamikise izathu zabo ke lapho ke uyasho futhi khona njalo ukhulumile ngedocket leli ababiza ukuthi 375 of 1 of 2019 uthi nasile walibona nje kancane kepha akaza libukisise lonkana ngaphakathi.
Thank you, Brigadier. You say in the midst of the discussion, Buthelezi and actually when you arrived, we are now talking about the 26th of January 2019, when yourself and Brigadier Perumal arrived at the offices of the DPP, Buthelezi and Lieutenant Colonel Buthelezi and Warrant Officer Makubo were already there.
Ngawuthize ngesikhathi kade lifika ngelanga la nge-26 nevakashela ehhovisi labashushisi abakhulu la ePretoria nathola khona ke uLieutenant Colonel Buthelezi futhi no-Warrant Officer Makubo sele bakhona lapho ke.
Yes, that's my recollection, my lord. I do know that previously I said I do not know whether we found them there or they would have arrived after that. But my recollection is we found them there, my lord, and then we found them seated, and then we were allowed also to sit with the prosecutorial team.
Athi yebo khona kunjani nomcabango wakhe ngicabanga ukuthi mhlambi bona ababathola sele bakhona lapha noma engenazo isiqiniseko ukuthi ibona abafika qala noma Lieutenant Colonel Buthelezi futhi no-Warrant Officer Makubo abafika qala noma bafika ngemuva ukuthi bona sele bafikile lapho ke kepha bahlala phansi bonkana bese bakhuluma futhi neqembu labashushisi.
Now that you're saying your recollection says that you found them there, were they in the company of the prosecutorial team? That's now Advocate Baloyi, Advocate Leonard, Advocate Makwata. Were they busy in a discussion when you arrived?
Njengoba uthizena abathola sele bakhona ke lapho ke Lieutenant Colonel akutheleze futhi no-Warrant Officer Makubo ngabe kade behlezi neqembu labashushisi bekhulumisana nalo noma?
My lord, the impression I got is that we just arrived, we were following each other within few seconds, because the impression I got is that they would have arrived just maybe a few minutes before us, and I think it was just at an early discussion. I may be wrong, because like I said, I don't know what time they arrived. All I know is that we found them there, and then after we joined them, we got into the two dockets, the 375 and this matter.
Athi yebo ke khona njalo abathola sele bakhona ke lapho ke kepha akazi ukuthi mhlawumbe abathola sele benesikhathi esingangani bengaphakathi mhlawumbe bafica lapho ke benemizuzu noma mhlawumbe benemizuzwana sele befikile kepha ngesikhathi ade behlezi lapho ke phansi ke lapho kade bekhuluma khona ke bonkana funa iqembu abamaphoyisa noma abaseshi bezesiphoyisa futhi ke neqembu labashushisi ade behlezi phansi bekhulumisana khona ke lapho ke malana namadocket amabili ke lapho docket leli singalo phambi kwenkantolo njengamanje futhi nelinye ke docket ka 375.
Thank you, Brigadier. Now, just to have a clearer picture, at this point in time, because you're speaking of a docket that you were able to identify at a distance, at the glance, the split in the team that you have been referring to, had it already occurred, or you were still working as a team?
Athi mana nedocket leli sibili kokukhuluma ngabe thina alibonela ke ekudeni kancane ke ngabe mhlambi mana neqembu leleni ngabe besele liqhubeke phakathi ngesikhathi leso noma belingakaqhephuki phakathi.
No, I think we're still communicating, my lord, but the cracks were already there.
Yeah.
It was clear because, as I indicated, my lord, previous evidence is that even when this docket was opened, I only got aware after it was registered that there is such a docket. And as I say, the first time I saw it was, and not actually really perusing it, seeing it at a distance, was at the table of the DPP. And then really the first time where I had to see what is contained in the docket, it's when it was ordered by the previous presiding officer, my lord, that it must be disclosed to the defense, and we're then tasked with Advocate Baloyi and the DPP to actually get it and disclose it to the defense. So that was much later in the years. So the split, the cracks were there, but going down, I think, a couple of months from there, it was a complete separation, my lord.
Athi lapho kade khona ke ama cracks noma kade khona kungaboni ngasonya phakathi kwabo njengeqembu leziphoyisa njengeqembu labaseshi leziphoyisa ke lapho ke kepha kade benako ukuzwana nyana okuncane ngesikhathi kade behliza lapho kuma-office abashushisa abakhulu ke lapho ke futhi yasho khona ukuthi malana nedocket leli kade akhulumile ngale ka 375 bayaqala ukulibona ke lapho ke futhi walibonela ekudeni kade angaliboneli ke eduze futhi akaze alifunde ngaphakathi abone ukuthi ngabe yini ebhaliwe ngaphakathi noma kade kuyini engabhaliwe ngaphakathi kodwa kwale docket lelo ke kepha ke inkosi yenkantolo lokade ihlezi kulicala leli eyasho khona njalo ukuthi idocket labalethele enkantolo futhi balifunde bonkana lenkantolo kulawa khona kwathola khona ke isikhathi sokuthi abuke mayana noqukethwe ngaphakathi kule docket lelo.
Thank you, Brigadier. Now, when you went to the office of the DPP on the 26th of January 2019, you then found Lieutenant Colonel Buthelezi and Warrant Officer Makubo there. Was this a coincidence, or there was a prior arrangement as a team that on that day you needed to go and see the office of that you needed to go and you needed to go to the office of the Director of Public Prosecution Pretoria?
Bathi ke ngelanga la nge-26 ngenyanga kaJanuwari ngomnyaka 2019 ngesikhathi benivakasha kuma-office abashushisa abakhulu abala ePretoria ke ngabe kade kuyinto mhlambe engajwayelekile mhlambe kade kuyinto eyenzeka ngendlela engajwayelekile ukuthi uhlangane no Lieutenant Colonel Buthelezi futhi no Warrant Makubo khona lapho ke noma mhlambe iyinto selena ikhuluma qala emalangeni andlule.
My lord, I do not recall, as I indicated, at that time, Brigadier Perumal was appointed as the lead, and that's why he got hold of me and he tried to get hold of the members and then subsequently say, we need to go and see the DPP so that he can place himself on record and, you know, and make them aware that he is going to be part of the investigation and taking the matter forward. So I do not know whether between him, it may have come up when he spoke to them telephonically. I don't know, my lord. But there was no arrangement made by me for them to be there, my lord.
Athi lapho ke ngeke benalo ukulazi ukuthi mhlawumbe lokho kwenze kanjani ke ngesikhathi ukuthi ngesikhathi ade behamba behlangana futhi nabanye ke abasebenza nabo ke Lieutenant Colonel Buthelezi futhi no Warrant Officer Makubo ngesikhathi ade belapho ke kuma-office abashushisa abakhulu la ePretoria ngoba athi isathu sakhe nake lapho ke kade kuukuthi umnumzana uBrigadier Peruman bekumele ukuthi ahambe ayotshela abashushisa abakhulu bala ePretoria abakade bephethe idocket leli ke ukuthi naye ke omunye wethimba labaseshi becala leli. Mhlawumbe yasho khona ukuthi mhlawumbe ngabe yena ke waxhumana nabo ucingweni nomhlawumbe abashayela ngaphambi ukuthi bona uyena ke ufakazi onokhona phambi kwenkosi enkantolo ahambe ayikhona lapho ke ngoba yithi akanalo ulwazi ukuthi konke lokho kwenzeka kanjani kepha bafica bekhona lapho kuma-office wabashushisa.
Thank you, Brigadier. Now you're saying in the course of the discussion, like in the middle of the discussion, the two, Warrant Officer Makubo and Lieutenant Colonel Buthelezi, then opted to leave. They decided to leave the meeting when it was still happening. Did I get it clear there?
Athi manje ummeli ngabe kuzwe kahle ukuthizeni wena uthize uWarrant Officer Makubo futhi nomunye umnumzana uButhelezi bona bathatha isinqumo sokuthi abahambe ke umhlangano nosiloko uhlezi benesawuhleni noma ngesikhathi kade nixoxa umhlangano wenu bona ke bathatha isinqumo sokuthi kumele bahambe.
Yes, my lord. As much as I may not recall word for word what was said, but they left while the meeting was on, and they left us there. So we carried on with Brigadier Perumal and the prosecutors. So the two left us there, my lord.
Athi yebo kunjalo amaphoyisa la amabili ke ayihambela lapho ke nanoma ngeke akhumbula amagama ashiwo kulomhlangano ngaphambi ukuthi amaphoyisa amabili ke lawo ahambeke bese nake ufakazi futhi noBrigadier uPeruman basala nethimba labashushisi ngesikhathi be lapho kulomhlangano wabo.
Now, as a participant in the meeting, if you were to tell this court what necessitated their departure, what would you say?
Manje njengomunye kade ukhona ke wethimba lezi siphoyisa noma ithimba labaseshi noma ithimba labeshushisi noma ithimba labaseshi becala vele noma uphene kwecala ke ungatshela inkantolo ukuthi yini eyaphoqa ethizime egcina behamba.
My lord, my recollection, and I think I may have touched base on it before, was that Brigadier Perumal took an exception about what he viewed as ill discipline in terms of the protocol, because there's command and control structure. He was the senior person, and arrangement should have been made through him. It's a protocol. There's nothing unusual unto that. So the fact that they were found there, and I know also that he was struggling, because up to that stage, he wanted to get the 375 docket in order to advise the National Commissioner of what was contained there, based on the mandate that was given. And I do recall that he faced a challenge in receiving that docket or the copy thereof from the members.
Uyasho khona njalo ngeke abe sakhumbula kahle ukuthi mhlawumbe yini esathu senzeka lapho ke kepha ke njengokuthi umnumzana uBrigadier Perumal kade kuyena ke omkhulu mayinduna kade ikhona ke phakathi kwabo ke lapho ke noma umseki noma iphoyisa elikhulu phakathi kwabo bonkana lapho ke ngesikhathi kade bekhona ke lapho uyasho ukuthi khona njalo ke na ke wabona njengamaphoyisa angayiphethe kahle ngoba kukhona ke protocol ekumele ukuthi bayilandele mhlawumbe umthetho kumele ukuthi bawulandele njengamaphoyisa futhi lapho basebenza ngokwezikhundla zabo ukuthi iphoyisa elincane kumele lilalele ipholisa ekhulu bese iphoyisa elikhulu nje iphoyisa incathumele lenzeni lapho ke uyasho kwenza ukuthi uBrigadier Perumal lapho ke bekafisa noma bekafuna ukuletha idocket lela ka375 ku National Commissioner malana nalo besathole isinqumo sakhe besathole ke uvo lokuthi kumele benze njani ke malana nedocket lelo ke.
Yes, my lord. So in summary, as much as I may not recall word for word, he was not happy with the conduct, perhaps let me put it that way, of the two members.
Athi njengokunciphile kade engayijabulele neze indlela abezesiphoyisa ababili kade beyiphethe ngayo.
Thank you, Brigadier. Just be rest assured, this is not an indictment on anyone. I just want to know the background, you understand? Thank you. Now, it seems to me that already on this stage, there was another case docket that was being investigated parallel to the one that you are also investigating also.
Athi ke manje kuyena ke umeli kujanka ukuthi ngalo lelanga leli kade khona ke enye docket kade nisenza ke ukusesha noma kade niphenya mayelana nayo kuhambisana futhi necala leli noma nedocket leli kade unalo kuwena kusenjalo.
Yes, it is so, my lord, but it is also prudent to mention that the matter that relates to the death of Senzo Meyiwa, it's only the matter that is before court. The matter that was investigated by the two members relates to the docket that was opened somewhere in January in 2019. There is no assertion that the deceased was killed on that date. He was killed on the 26th of October 2016. And that docket relates to defeating charges insofar as I can recall, insofar as the charges. But yes, there was, to answer the advocate, there was a docket that was said to be investigated by the two members parallel to this one, my lord.
Athi yebo kepha kukhumbule khona njalo ukuthi mayelana necala leli esingalo phambi kwenkosi enkantolo yilona kade bephenya lona ke yena ufakazi kepha ke abezesiphoyisa laba ababili ke bona kade bephenya ke icala leli la ngo2019 la ka375 lapho khona ke kade bethwesa noma kade bephenya lokugwema kusebenza kwendlela yezomthetho.
You know, Brigadier, when I'm telling myself that I'm working with you, then you're leaving me in the lurch. Now, you saying there's no other docket that was investigated in relation to the death of Senzo Meyiwa except the one that you were investigating. Now, the question that immediately comes to my mind is, what was the context or the content within which this other case docket that was investigated by, or that you saw at the office of the DPP on that day, within what context was it being investigated? Was it not in relation to the death of Senzo Meyiwa as well?
Manje kuyabuza ukuthi malana idocket leli lesibili ke walibona lapho kumahhovisi abashushisa abakhulu ke DPP ngesikhathi kade uneqembu leli abashushisa abakhona phambi kwesenkantolo futhi nethimba lakho leziphoyisa ke ngabe idocket lelo kade lingekho ngokuthi kuphenywe mayana nokushona kwakaSenzo Meyiwa?
No, my lord. So what I'm saying is,
Yes.
the matter, and I'm talking now the facts, factual facts. What you have, the crime scene that relates to the death of Senzo Meyiwa occurred on the 26th of October 2014. There is no other scene other than that scene. So that is the basis of why we are before court, my lord.
Athi lapho cha akusinjalo ke ngoba uSenzo Meyiwa washona ngelanga la nge-26 ngenyanga October ngomnyaka 2014 futhi yona ke isona ke sathu sileso esenza ukuthi sibe lapha phambi kwesenkantolo njengamanje.
Now, relating to this docket 375, my lord, that was opened in January 2019. What I do know, because I've then since had an opportunity to look at it, my lord, it relates to allegations that the witnesses or the people who were inside the house lied when they said they were intruders. So it seems to suggest that there were no intruders and the deceased was killed by one of the people who was inside the house. That's what it seems to suggest. But the charge there is one of defeating and not murder. And that is why I'm saying the murder dockets, and I'm speaking to murder in terms of its definition. The person that was killed is Senzo Robert Meyiwa, and the date of the incident is 26 October 2014, not 2019. That is why I'm saying in 2019, a defeating docket was opened for the witnesses who are the people who are inside the house in this matter, my lord.
Athi lapho ke yasikhumbule into yodwa ukuthi idocket leli esingalo noma esikulona njengamanje lapha kwesenkantolo ke idocket lecala lenzeka ngelanga la nge-26 ngenyanga October ngomnyaka 2014 la kwabulawa khona ke uSenzo Robert Meyiwa bese uyabuya futhi ukukhuluma nodaba lo docket lesibili ke ukuthi idocket lesibili lavula lona ke ngenyanga kaJanuary ngomnyaka 2019 la kade bethi khona ke kade besola khona ke mhlawumbe benintsholo khona ke ukuthi ke abantu bonkana kade bekhona ngaphakathi kulomuzi kade beqambe amanga bengakhulumile iqiniso futhi kade begwema ukusebenza kwengalo yomthetho mara nokukhuluma iqiniso lapho ngabe kahlahle yini eyenzeka ngelanga leli la nge-14 nge-26 zaka October ngomnyaka 2014.
Thank you, Brigadier. Now, as I understand you, is that if I were to call it that way, the reason for the cracks to happen in the investigating team is because some members of the investigating team held the view that at the same scene, on the same date, which is the 26th of October 2014, there were no intruders. The death of Senzo Meyiwa was caused by a person that was in the, or by one of the people that was in the house. Whilst the other view that was held by the other section of the investigating team is that on the same scene, on the same date, there were intruders. Should I understand the whole context of the existence of these two dockets in that fashion?
Athi ke ummeli manje kuthanda ukuthi abuzeke ekuthizeni mhlawumbe azwisiseke lamadocket amabili ke ngendlela ke uthi kade angafani ke ukuthi mhlawumbe ithimba leli noma into eyakhokhela mhlawumbe into eyadala ukuthi kube neqhephu kaphakathi kwithimba lenu njengabaseshi bamaphoyisa ke ukuthi amabanye amaphoyisa kade ke bona ke bethi lapho ke akukho umuntu owangena nomhlawumbe igebengu ezangena ngaphakathi kulomuzi kulela khaya lela bese zadubula ke umufi kepha ke bathi bona ke umuntu owadubula ke umufi kangabe kade komunye wabantu ade bekhona ke ngaphakathi kulamuzi loyana ke kepha kunhlangothi ke ithimba leziphoyisa bathi bona ke nomthimba labaseshi lithi khona ke lapho ke my apologies, my lord, I couldn't get the whole.
The other section
Yes.
of the investigating
Team of,
team
yes.
holds or held the view that there were indeed intruders.
Lapho ke thank you, counsel. Lapho khona ke linye ithimba labaseshi becala bathi khona ke bona ke basothi kade khona ke abantu nomhlawumbe igebengu ezazingenela kuloya muzi.
So, my lord, I'll answer it this way. Yes, I agree there were two, there's this docket 375, but I wouldn't attribute the separation to this view or this different understanding of what really happened. Okay.
athi yebo khona ke kungaba njalo kepha ngeke ahambisane nenkulumo yakhe ngokugcwele ukuthi wena ke mhlawumbe kade khona kungaboni mhlawumbe ukubona ke ngendlela ezimbili phakathi kwalecala.
And I'm saying that with greatest respect, my lord. I think it boils down to discipline, in my view, because even if you differ with your superior, I've not seen a situation when you differ with your superior and then you take things and go to, I don't know to what office. There's a protocol, there are measures in place, and the directive that was given to us, me as the leading investigating officer, these members was that I'm the leading investigating officer. The team that is supposed to guide us in this investigation was one team that we ended up with, and that is the one with Advocate Baloyi was part of. At no stage did this prosecutorial team said we must be separated. We were there. All that needed to be done was to present the evidence, and then we get guidance from the NPA based on the evidence, not opinion of what I think, based on the evidence that we've collected, and then they make a decision, and then you take the matter forward if there is evidence to take it forward, my lord.
athi cha lapho ke akusinjalo ke uma angayibika ngale ndlela lelandelayo ukuthi ukuthi khona kade khona kungayiphathi kahle ke phakathi kwethimba lakhe lezesiphoyisa lekade besesha icala leli ngoba khona ke umgwaqo nomhlamba umthetho kumele ukuthi bawulandele lapho uma ngabe besebenza khona ke lapho ke akusukuthi mhlambe omncane kumele iphoyisa encane kwamele liphikisane nephoyisa elikhulu kulona ke futhi uthina ke imbangela yalokho ukuthi amaphoyisa la ethimba lakhe kade ngayiphethe kahle ngoba kade kuye ke kade ahola ke ithimba lakhe labaseshi becala leli ke futhi kasho khona ukuthi kuyizathu leso esenza ukuthi bahambe bayakumovisa abashushisa abakhulu ke futhi ekuthize bathole ke indlela yokusebenza ukuthi bangasebenza kanjani mhlawumbe izeluleko zokuthi bangasebenza kanjani eziqhamuka kwithimba labeshushisi.
And my lord, in addition to that, I've indicated previously right at the inception, rather after we appointed, and after I've made copies to all different members, to say what is it that informed me at that stage, because that part was important to look as to whether they were intruders or no intruders. And I've allowed this exercise to all the members to say, let's go and read the docket separately and come together to address the issue of whether do we think the evidence contained in the docket indicates that there were no intruders or there were intruders. Because after we've answered that answer, my lord, of giving an answer to that question, then the next thing will be the direction of the investigation, whether we are pursuing the people who are inside the house or we are looking for the intruders. Now, I've also testified, my lord, that after reading the docket, and I've given numerous reasons of things that I found, I could find no basis that there were no intruders, but contrary to that, there were intruders, my lord. I found it in terms of objective evidence, and I found it in terms of Mr. Ngashe, the senior, the warrant officer, who says in his statement he blew a whistle and one of his sons were chasing the perpetrators. They chased them to the park and came back. That evidence was there. Now, on what basis can I ignore this? And I'm simply giving the background to say why was this view and why I didn't agree with this view. So my view is that you investigate, my lord, with greatest respect. You present the evidence to the NPA, which was available to us. And if the NPA had said to us, no, there were no intruders indeed, we're going with 375, that would have been the position that I would have had to respect, if I think it's correct, of course.
athi lapho ke ngemuva kokuthi ke atholeke idokhethi leli wahlala phansi nethimba lakhe ngesikhathi bekahlala phansi nethimba lakhe bese wabanikeza amakhophi ukuthi nabo bahambe bofunda ke bese babuye futhi ade benombuzo ukuthi ngabe lapho kade kwangena igilamkhuba noma kaze kungena igilamkhuba ngesikhathi ade bebuka ke docket leli bese wade waceda abahambe bofunda ke docket leli ke bese babuye bakhuluma malana nalokho bona abakuzwisisayo malana ngemuva kokufuna idocket leli kepha uyasho khona njalo makhuluma kufakazi bakuthi kulapho khona futhi ngesikhathi bahlangana nabashushisa bekhulu ke bethimba labeshushisi abafunda khona ke nedocket leli abanalo njengamanje ke lapho ke ngoba khona ke umnumzana unqashe lela wakhuluma khona ukuthi wayena ukhalisa ke impempe lapho ke ngemuva kokuthi akhalisa impempe bese indodana yakhe yagijimisa ke labantu abadebengena ngaphakathi kuleli khaya lelana ngesikhathi kade kusenzeka lobugebengu noma ngesikhathi kade kodwa kusenzeka lo dlame lolu ke lapho kuleli khaya leli kade kwenzeka khona ke isigameko leso ke.
Thank you, Brigadier. I would have imagined when the gentleman and the lady there, the Warrant Officer Makubo and Lieutenant Colonel Buthelezi left the office, they had their head bowed down and probably throwing tantrums and saying, "I see a hamba tina yiko lento le." On that note, Manot, I'm going to request that we take an adjournment for the day.